Hey everybody. I just wanted to get on real quick and talk about some things I've been seeing floating around Facebook. I mean Facebook, YouTube, and Facebook actually. Um, about a YouTuber by the name of Sansere Smith. I don't know if I'm saying her name right or not, but I've been seeing it floating around YouTube for a minute, and by the sounds of it, I hear that she committed suicide, and she's a big YouTuber. And I went to her page and it was confirmed that she is deceased. She is no longer with us here in the land of the living. And I think that's so sad that people, even the biggest bullies on YouTube in that beef sector, they're doing news on this girl. Like they don't bully people too. They bully people every day. Every day they're talking about these people can't have kids. They're talking about these people kids are slow. Hey, Bunny, they're talking about, a lot. They're talking about people every day. They're just bullying them every day. And this girl took her life. She took her life because, hey, Bernice, she killed herself because of the bullying. And I think that's so sad. If you go to her Facebook page, I mean her YouTube and her Facebook page, you can see the details of what went on. Yes, Bernice, she killed herself. Um, it's just crazy. And I see these content creators, these beef sector content creators are doing news on her right now. And they're all going live and they got her name in the title for clicks and views. And that's why I didn't put her name in the title. But I just wanted to talk about it and bring awareness to YouTube bullying. It's got to stop. They bullied this girl so much to where she didn't even want to live no more. She has children. She has small children, you know and it's really sad. That's sad. And I don't understand. I don't even understand why they're reporting on it because they do the same thing. These people that's reporting on this girl's death are doing the same thing. They bully people every day. The woman that's talking about it right now, she mm, seriously, I know some of her story. Mm, yeah, I just now looked it up. I don't know the details of it or anything, but I just heard that I heard a few content creators reporting on it, and they were saying how she was being bullied and she took her own life, and it was over YouTube. And I really feel like that is so messed up. People don't never know what kind of demons that people are struggling with. They don't know what's going on. It's a spiritual warfare going on in this world, and people don't know what other people are fighting against. And for people to sit here and talk about somebody to where they want the point where they feel like they're unworthy to be living on this earth, that is sad. Like I really believe people like that have a special place somewhere, but I don't want to say that because I'm not anybody's judge or anything like that. But for you to be coming on YouTube and trying to report on it, and you do the same thing to other people, come on now, that is just like contradicting yourself. Don't get on here reporting on someone's death if you're bullying people too. Hey, Diamond, if you're going to bully someone too, I've seen this lady talk about people drag people to, just drag them just so bad, not the young lady that passed away, not the young lady that killed herself. I'm talking about the lady that's doing the report on this lady right now. She is live and she's like, oh, this is so sad, I just can't believe this. But girl, you're you do the same thing to people. What makes you think that you might not be doing that to somebody who's like her, who can't take words and just like really soft hearted, or you don't even know. So don't sit over here and act like you're all heartbroken over it when you do the same thing to other people. You report on people's misery. You say, oh, this guy is dying. He's dying from AIDS. This guy she knows that has AIDS. He says, oh, he's dying. He's dying because he has AIDS. He's walking around. He's a dead man walking. That's messed up. That is so messed up. Why would you do that? And the guy don't even got AIDS. He has HIV. And you know, I don't know. This it's just crazy. You can live a normal life for years with HIV if you take your medicine and get treatment. You know, I read about it. I read about stuff before I start, talking about it. Because if you don't know something about a disease a person has or what they're going through, don't talk about it. Don't, just because people were like, I guess she got mad because someone found out that she couldn't have kids. Hey, Aaron, thank you for coming. they found out that she couldn't have kids, and they said something about her tubes being messed up and that she was rotten, her eggs were rotten, and she couldn't have kids, and they were just really going in on this lady. And she got mad and got on there and was like, "Oh, well, you have HIV." And right, like these people know too much of each other's business. Why do you get on YouTube and put your business out there? If I'm going to be a big content creator, you won't even know I have a child. First off, even if I have kids, you wouldn't know what their names was. You wouldn't even know that I had a child because I would never speak of my child on YouTube. So you would just be guessing on my life. You wouldn't know how old I am. You wouldn't know none of that because I wouldn't put none of that business up on there, being a big YouTuber. Even being a small one, you got to watch what you say on these YouTube streets because sometimes it's like handing the gun to somebody and saying, pull the trigger. It's giving them ammo to talk about you. If you ever cross them, they're going to use all that against you and they're going to throw it in your face just like Satan. He throws every flaw, every thing you did in your past, he throws it in your face. Like it is horrible. Some of these people, they pray to God every day. Yeah, I get that and all, but they're working for the devil. Like you think God is going to dwell in your unclean temple? Like you're not a pure heart person because you're talking about these people. You're making them feel, driving them, to a point where they're committing suicide. This girl was a lovely, beautiful girl, and she did not deserve to be bullied like that. And even if she wasn't, people don't think she's beautiful, or people don't think a person's beautiful, or whatever, they got flaws. It still don't matter. We're all human at the end of the day, and we don't deserve that kind of crap. They it's just you got to draw a line somewhere. You got to draw a line somewhere when you get on social media. I don't care what platform you're on. I don't care how many people are. Hey, keto. I used to HIV AIDS peer educator with the American Red Cross. Oh, cool. You got to realize, sweetheart. Yeah. Keto, I'm talking about it's the girl up there, son. I don't know how to say her name. I don't want to butcher it, but I put it up there at the top. It says rest in peace, and it's her name. She was a big content creator. As I don't know, I hadn't really met her or been in any of her chats, but I seen that a lot of content creators were coming and they were reporting on her death, and they were saying about how she was being bullied. And Tommy Sotomayor was one of the people that had spoke about her also. So I don't know if he did any content on her or anything, but you know how Tommy Sotomayor is with black women. And she was talking 4 days ago. She did a video about how black men talk so much crap about black women. Like they are the biggest critics to a black woman. And I think she might have been referring to Tommy Sotomayor. I don't know. I'm not sure on that. But he got to be ashamed of himself if he had anything to do with this girl's death at all. Like they ought to take him off of YouTube altogether, take him off all his platforms because sometimes you got to watch your mouth. Your mouth is like a two-edged sword. It cuts both ways. The mouth has words have power. If people don't know that, words have a lot of power. You know, you could feel like the biggest, best person in the world, and you can get that one person that'll just drag you down to the ground with their words. We have feelings. That's what we need to understand. We're all human with feelings. God made us with, individual personalities. But we all have feelings. So I just did it live on that. Oh yeah, I don't like him. Yeah, when I was in his chat room, I could not believe how many African American women were in his chat room agreeing with him, laughing at what he was saying. You know, just taking it as a big joke. This guy is talking about your ancestors. He's talking about your mom. He's talking about your sisters. He's talking about your little girls. You know, and these little girls are going to grow up. These little African American girls are going to grow up, and they're going to think it is a horrible thing to be African American. And that is horrible. You know what I'm saying? It's not about race, people. It's not about what color skin pigmentation you have. We can't help what kind of skin we come out with. We can't help what, our ancestors are, who our ancestors are. We can't help that. And it's crazy that a lot, like I heard a comedian say, I forgot who said this, but I heard a comedian say one day, everybody want to be black, but nobody want to be black. And if you really look into what he was talking about, black people that are blacks, a lot of them, they don't want to be black. They always want to, they want their hair longer, they want their hair straighter, they want their skin lighter, you know, they want to be mixed, they never want to be fully labeled as a black person. And then the people who are not, like the whites and the Mexicans and the Indians, whatever. I'm not saying everyone. I'm saying some of them. They want the booties that the black girls have. They want the hair braided up like the black girls, the braids or whatever. They want to have the black girl like characteristics, but they don't want to be labeled as black. Yes, he is awful. He really is. Oh my God, let me look this up. Be right back. Okay, Keto. Aaron says you have to realize, sweetheart, that many people are cowards to begin with, and social media gives them an anonymity. And I can't say that word they need. Yeah, it really does. People get behind these screens and they become internet thugs, internet gangsters. They can say whatever they feel like because they know that the person they're talking to is not in their face. Half of these people, if they were standing face to face with these people they're talking about, they wouldn't even dream of saying stuff like that. They'd be quiet as a church mouse. It's crazy how people grow, boldness behind the screen. And it's got to stop, though. The bullying has got to stop. This is not the first young woman who's done this, though. It was little 15-year-old girl who's done this. It's been a little 7-year-old girl, a little boy that was he was like 5, 6 years old. He was a baby still, and he killed himself over social media. It's crazy. Like, when are y'all going to learn that bullying and harassing on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter and Instagram is not the business? It's not right. Like, who is going to stand up and be a voice to stop this? Who's going to stop this from happening? What do we need to do to stop others? Stop egging it on. If a person didn't have a crowd laughing at their stupidity, they wouldn't keep doing it. But there's always a crowd of people, ignorant people, egging that person on. Like they're laughing at it, they're sending super chats, they're loving it, they're thriving off of this. Some people that when they get up in the morning, they thrive off of negativity. They look for places to go to so they look forward to drag sessions. They look forward to people bullying other people. That's sadistic. That's sick. That's a sick-minded person. You need help, like for real. If that's what you thrive off, if that's what gets your day going, if that's what gets you excited, you need some help because that's sadistic. Like, you should not feel any kind of pleasure in someone else putting somebody down. It's not cool. Well, I'm black. I'm black. I'm black. Me too. I am proud to be a black woman. I am proud of everything about me. I am not ashamed to say that I'm African American. You know, and I have Indian in me, but when somebody asks me what I am, I'm African American. Yep, I sure am. That's what I am. That's what I claim. That's what I am. I'm African American, and I'm proud of it. You know, and anybody who makes you feel like you're less than what you are, I don't care what race you are. If anybody makes you feel less than what you are, let me tell you right now that those people are cowards. Those people are unhappy with themselves. Those people are miserable. They're not happy with something in their life. There's transfer of emotions. When a person is feeling negative about their self, they try to transfer those emotions off on somebody else to make their self feel better. That is real. Transfer of emotions is a real thing, and that's what people try to do. Hurt people. They do. And I've seen that. I've learned that the older I get, you got to let that stuff fall off your shoulders. You got to let that stuff be like water on grease. You got to let it just slide right on off you. Because if you take it in and you take it into your soul, you take it into your spirit and you dwell on that and you let it fester, and it's just going to tear you apart in the inside. At the end of the day, it's going to tear you apart. It's going to make you start believing what those people say. And you can't believe that. It's ignorant, it's stupid, it's not right, it's not true. It's not true. No matter how many times they try to tell you something about yourself, you know who you are, you know what you're about. It's not what people think of you, it's what you react to. It's not what people call you, is what you answer to. And everybody, I know they've heard this, I know they heard these things before, but I know it's easier said than listened to. And people, they want acceptance, and they want people to accept them and love them and like them and pay attention. A lot of people thrive off attention too. There's a lot of people that lack attention because maybe at home their parents their family their spouse is not giving them any attention, so they come online to get that attention. Maybe they're so angry with somebody offline, they come online to vent. But when you come online to vent, don't take it out on other people. Vent your problems out. Maybe don't even do that. Really, I'm not even going to say that, because when you vent online, You're giving people ammo to use against you. They're catching everything you're saying and using it for they're taking it as your weakness because you're opening it up to people and you're telling them about how you're feeling. If you're feeling down, you're feeling lousy. They use those weaknesses against you and they make you feel bad because hey, you told them what makes you tick. You told them what makes you pissed. Now when they're using it against you, you feel some type of way because that's it's true because you told these people what makes you tick. You told these people what makes you angry, what moves you. So you can't really get mad when people know your business if you put it out there like that. But this is not what I came here to talk about. I'm just letting people know. But what I came here to talk about was this young lady. She was 39 years old, I heard. She's 39 years old, has kids, has little kids, small kids, had a bright, bright future ahead of her. Very, very outgoing, very intellectual. Her conversation was good. I could tell by just looking at her videos. She really had a heart. She's a really soft, individual. She really cared, looked like she really cared about the people. She really cared about issues going on with the Black community. And, she spoke out on it. And when you speak out on stuff like that, you get hate. You get hate in return. People don't like positive people. People don't like people who's trying to make a difference, a positive change. They don't like that. It's Satan, really. It's satanic. It's demonic. It's people like that in this world. You cannot expect everybody to be the way you think they're going to be. When you step outside of your family, you step outside into these cold, mean streets. And I'm not talking about YouTube streets. I'm talking about you step outside of your loving family, of your some people don't have this, but even if you do it, you step outside of that box and you come out here in the real world and you step in front of these strangers. You can't expect them to treat you like your mama treated you. You can't expect them to treat you like your daddy treated you, your family members. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not. You can't get shocked or amazed or, just downright, taken back by what people say because they liable to say anything. I mean, that's why I don't put nothing past nobody. Like I'm already ready for it. You kind of gotta if you want to be a content creator, you kind of gotta grow thick skin because everybody has haters. If you notice, when you get big, you're gonna have at least one or two thumbs down on your live stream all the time. All the time. I see amazing content creators. I see amazing content and they have thumbs down. I'm like, really? How could these people put these thumbs down on there? They're amazing. I saw African American guys doing their daughter's hair and they did a very, very good job. And they got like thousands of likes and then hundreds of dislikes. Who disliked this? There's videos on here where people are saving innocent animals and people are thumbing it down. It's people's videos on here with children playing and laughing, and people are thumbing it down. Like, what kind of person are you? Are you just unhappy? Do you have no happy times? Girl, I say that about work. People come to work thinking they the boss. Meanwhile, at home they're not. That's right. Exactly. They try to sit over here and become somebody. They take on this persona that they wish that they had. That they wish that other people on the outside seen them as. They come in and make up these characters online because they know they can be whoever they want to be online. You could be a male, you can be a female if you're a male, you can be a male if you're you can be a male if you're a female. You could be whoever, whenever. You could tell people you got thousands of dollars in the bank. You could be broke as heck, just living by McDonald's, taking up their Wi-Fi. It's crazy. It's like people try to be something they're not, and it's crazy. I just don't understand why people do these things, but you never understand everybody. It's not for you to understand either. It's for you to protect your heart, guard your heart. Even the Bible says you got to guard your heart. You got to guard yourself. You know what I'm saying? You can't always let people in just because you want to give everybody the benefit of the doubt. You really can't do that, and it's sad to say that, but you can't. You can't. You can't trust everybody. You can't tell everybody your business. You just can't. In small little things like how many kids you have. Unfortunately, the lines between reality and social media are blurred, and the people don't know the difference, right? Some people make up lies and they start believing their own lies. They start believing the things that they say that they are or that they're doing offline when they're really not doing anything, you know? And I just don't understand that. It's crazy. Like somebody has to tell these people that it's not always cracked up to be on these YouTube streets, on these Instagram streets, on these Facebook streets, Twitter streets. It's not what it's cracked up to be. Even celebrities, let me tell you something, even celebrities that come on online and they type certain stuff, it's not even like that in their home. Like Wendy Williams, she get on her show and she talk about everybody. But at the same time she was talking about everybody, what was going on behind closed doors in her house? Her husband was cheating on her. Her husband moved the mistress, in the same building that they lived in. Her husband got the mistress pregnant. Her husband was paying for the mistress home, paying for whatever she needed, car, whatever. And we didn't know that at first. We thinking, oh, must not stink because she talking about everybody. You don't even know. People can have all the money in the world and still be the miserablest people in the world. Nobody knows. And what I'm saying is, I said this to say this. Don't go around trying to tell somebody else to do something when you haven't even self-analyze yourself and see what kind of person you are first, because people are going to look at you like, hey, you do this too. You drag people every day. You talk about people. You talk about them like dogs in the street. And then when somebody ends up passing away, like this young lady that killed herself over internet bullying, you want to be the first one to get on and report that and say, oh my God, this is so, I just can't understand. What's wrong with people? What's wrong with you, homie? What's wrong with you? You did the same thing. You do the same thing. That's all your content is based off of, is clowning and beef with people every day. Every day. That's how you keep your audience. That's how people keep coming back, because I learned something. If I talk about positive things on my page, nobody comes in. Nobody listens. If I talk about crazy stuff and I get into it and I'm cussing people out, I get a whole group of people just sitting there in the bushes listening. I'm not about that life. I'm not about that life. I'm not about that life. I'm not. I'm not gonna sit over here and tickle your fancy and be cussing people out every day and beefing with people. And I get on here to vent and say how I feel. If I'm feeling like you did me wrong or you did something to make me mad, yeah, I'm gonna talk about it. But I'm not gonna get on here every day looking for a fight with somebody. I'm not gonna get on here every day looking to talk about some beef stuff with somebody. That's just dumb. You're wasting your time. You're wasting your life. That's not what life is about. Really, turn off your phone, turn off your computer, go outside and look around. Look around. Like, we have things that can keep us occupied without even having to be on social media. This generation is so social media fiends, it's not even funny. Like, I bet if they turned off all the Wi-Fi, all the hotspots, all the internet, some of these people would literally go kill themselves too, because this is their life. This is what they do. Aaron says, it's like you said earlier, they're YouTube gangsters. Exactly. If you saw me earlier comment, I was saying that I've been subscribed to Sansir. I don't know how to say her name. Sansere for a few years, and I knew about her. Tommy is also live talking about her right now. Yeah, see, and I think when he was talking about her, he was talking about her in a different light before. And now people want to go live and talk about this lady like she did a video. She did a video 4 days ago when she was alive. She was alive 4 days ago and she did a video. And she was talking about how the black man talked about the black woman. And you know what? This just makes me want to end my life and go over there and see what he's saying, because I really am pissed off. Like, if that was him that did that, that's not cool at all. Why are you reporting on this girl after you caused this? If if anything, if you didn't cause it, it was the people that was laughing, while you're talking about her, or whoever did this. Whoever did this, they really need to get kicked off of social media. They need to get kicked off these YouTube streets, because this is messed up. I mean, I know we can't control everything people say, but there's a limit to how far you go. There's a limit. And if you can't stand behind that line and not cross over, then you don't deserve to have no YouTube page. You don't deserve to have hundreds of followers, hundreds of thousands of followers. This man, I don't understand how this man has that many followers anyways. Are you guys nuts? Like Tracy says, are you okay? Are y'all okay for real? Because that's what I really want to know. Like, who can be following this guy and you are African American woman and you're following this man and you want to sleep with this man? And I seen people in his chat say, oh, we need to meet up. We need to go get a hotel together. Are you sick? This turned you on? This guy talking about you, your mama, your daughter, your grandmama, like dogs in the street, and that turns you on? Come on. Like, for real? if anything, that is a turnoff and that is a big uh like no. I'm sorry, dude. No. Mm-mm. And then he's like, "Oh, we cuss. Social media is the new television." Yes, it is. Unfortunately, it is. But if anything, I sit in this guy's chat one time, and it only took one time for me to sit in there and listen to what he had to say. And I'm thinking to myself, it really struck me, and it really like hurt my heart to see this man talking about African American women, such as myself and others, that are African American that have been, you know, have no choice because this is what we are. And he talks about us being loud, he talks about us being ghetto, ratchet, weave wearing, just know nothing ass people. And I for one, I'm not like that. I'm not loud and ghetto. I mean, I can get loud. Yeah, anybody can get loud. Everybody has the ability to scream and shout. But as far as the stereotype that he put on us, that we're loud, we're ghetto, we're ratchet, we're know nothing as individuals, we're always keeping the black man down, we're always making him, run to the white woman and all this kind of stuff. He's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. I see my grandparents, they're both African American. They was together for 60 something plus years. Come on now. What are you trying to say, dude? I don't know what you grew up around and what you saw growing up, but that's not how it is. You don't know everybody. You ain't seen everybody in the whole wide world. You have not been around billions and billions of people at once. You haven't. You don't know what's going on between closed doors. You don't know that the same kind of problems we have, interracial couples have it, other minorities have it, the same problems. We all have the same problems. At the end of the day, God made us in his likeness. So come on now. Like, what does that tell you? I just don't understand. Tommy is protected. That's why he's not being confronted on YouTube. Protected by who, though? I mean, if be by his followers, by the people who laugh at him, who egg him on, who send him money. This man was talking about African American women, and he made $3,000 on his Cash App in one night. I saw it. I saw it for myself. He said, "Oh, we're trying to get to that 3 grand. Send me a little bit more. Y'all ain't sending me enough." And these women were sending him money after money after money. You guys are you women and you guys and men too. You are paying this guy, and don't let another black man come in and think the same thing he thinks because they they make it worse. They just add insult to injury on top of injury. They are agreeing with this guy. They are egging him on. They are like, yeah, man, somebody needed to stand up and tell these black bees this and that and that. Come on now. Seriously, you have a child, a African American child. This child ain't mixed. You had this child by another African American woman, Tommy Sotomayor. You have a full blown African American daughter. What do you think she's gonna feel like when she gets older and reads and looks you up and sees you talking about her mother, her grandmother, her auntie, and whoever else, in her family, the females like this? It's horrible. He's like, "Oh, I'm not talking about every black African American female. I'm talking about the majority of African American females." Ser- I just had to laugh like a guy. You got issues. You really do. You need to go look at yourself first and see what you are doing to attract these kind of people because you get what you attract. Maybe that's the kind of people that you attract. You know what I'm saying? And it just, I don't know. You got to change you first before you try to go and throw stones at other people. Change yourself first. Take that smoke out your eye before you looking at somebody else's eye trying to point out what's in their eyes. You know what I'm saying? Look in the mirror. That's what you do. You look in the mirror first and say, what kind of a man am I really? What kind of a man am I? I'm, I'm pathetic. That's what he should be thinking when he looks in the mirror. I'm pathetic, you know? And that's just what how I feel. Other people might not feel like that. They might back Tommy. I almost said Tony. They might back Tommy Sotomayor on what he says. They might like it. They might be turned on by it. They might be whatever, inspired by it. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not falling for the okey doke. I'm not with the food la la, whatever they want to say it is. I'm not with it. I'm not with it at all. Like I'm an African American woman. I'm proud of being African American. I'm not going to take nothing less from anybody who tells me that I'm less than what I am. I'm not. I really ain't. I don't care if I look like Whoopi on her worst day. I don't care if I look like Miss Silly on her worst day. I'm not going to let you tell me that I look bad. I'm not going to let you tell me that I'm less than what I am, because at the end of the day, I'm one of God's creations and God don't make no mistakes. So for you to sit over here and call somebody ugly, you would call them nappy heads, you to call them darkies, stuff like that. Ugh, it just disgusts me to the vine. It just disgusts me to the root of my being. It disgusts me. Like, how can you fix your mouth to call somebody that, to call your own kind that? He was not protected when that brother was going to beat him up. He sure wasn't. He sure wasn't protected when that guy knocked him on his ass. I don't know where he had his protection then, but he didn't have it. And you know what? It was so funny to a lot of people because that's exactly what he deserved. That's exactly what he deserved. You know, you want to take it, you want to dish it out, be able to take it in. If you can't take the heat, stay out the kitchen, like for real. And I've heard that all my life too. Like, you can't take it, then why do you dish it out? Why do you put it out? And a lot of people, they're steady running their mouth. They're steady, I'm this, I'm that. You can't tell me nothing because, I got this, I got that. You don't have, at the end of the day, all this stuff that you think you had, you're not gonna take it with you when you're gone. You can't take it with you when you're gone. You just another old person. A celebrity dies, you turn into another plain person. They do the same thing with your body as they do with a person who's maybe have been living on the streets. They're going to embalm you. They're going to stuff you with the embalming fluid. They're going to bury you, and you are going to turn back to ashes. Like, it's nothing different. Just because you lived a life with money does not mean a dang thing when you're gone. It doesn't. It really doesn't. And after a while, you're not talked about anymore. The only way you're talked about is if you have a hit song and everybody's still listening to it. But ain't nobody talking about you every day. They're just thinking about you when they hear that song. You know, it's not like I'm saying, like, really get off your high pedestal, because the only one who's sitting high and looking low is the Lord, is God. You know what I'm saying? Nobody sits that high and nobody can look that low, because at the end of the day, we're all humans. Like I said, we all came from the same hand. That same hand created us. So at the end of the day, like, for this lady, just made me so mad for her getting on YouTube trying to make people feel sorry, for herself, when it's not about her. It's about this young lady that took her life over words, over something that someone said to her, so touching, so hurtful, that made her feel like she was unworthy to keep living in the land of the living. She just felt like it was just done. Didn't think about her children, obviously, because you have babies. At the same time, I'm sorry, but a person who takes their life, to me, is kind of selfish. But I can't say anything because I don't know the kind of hurt she was going through. I don't know what she was fighting against. I don't know her struggles. I don't know, you know, what all came with, her doing that. I don't know that. So I just feel like that, because I would tell my family member that if they were thinking, considering doing that, they were talking about it, I would tell them that's selfish, because you're not only hurting, you know, yourself, you're hurting others, you're hurting the people who love you, you know. So now her children have to grow up without a mother. And I know how it feels to grow up without a mother, and it hurts. You'll never get another one. I've heard his content. That was the first time I've heard Black women being referred to as hat hoodlums and BT. Oh, yeah, thousands shaking my head. Yeah, exactly. Paul says, I don't go to another man's channel to hear his daily negative opinion about Black women. I already know that Black African women is the most beautiful women on earth, inside and out, by my own experience. Oh, that is sweet. Aaron says, I remember that video. He was in New York when he got punched. I also remember two other separate instances when he was confronted by other men, both content creators, and he cowered down. That's exactly what he's going to do, too. That's exactly when you come across another man, a man comes across another man, they'll stand up and argue with a woman all day long. All day long, they go back and forth, calling her names, telling her they would whoop her ass. They would get in her face, they would knock her down, they would do all this. But when it comes to another man who stands up in their face and say, hey, come on, pick on somebody your size, pick on somebody who, can give you a fight back, who can stand up to you, they run away. They don't want to deal with that. They don't want to fight because they're cowards. Inside, they're really not who they try to put this persona of being. They're not. And it's so sad to me. I never understood this guy's way of thinking. I never understood how could he allow these words to come out his mouth, having an African American mother, having an African American father. He ain't mixed. Look at him. He's not mixed with nothing. So why? Why? And just because you're mixed don't mean that you're no better than a full blown whatever race that you may be. It's not about skin pigmentation. It's not about mixture. It's not about none of that. At the end of the day, it's you treating others how you want to be treated. And some of these concepts we learn at birth, growing up in grammar school, we learn that there's rules to live by throughout your whole life. Those little nursery rhymes that was taught to us, those little quotes that were said to us, those are things to live by. Those are sayings that we should live by every day. I don't care how old you are. This is the way that it goes. This is the way that you need to be going out throughout your life, and you need to be remembering these sayings, these quotes, these nursery rhymes, whatever. You need to be remembering those as you go on and you journey on in life. I don't care how old you get, you still need to live by those concepts. Because seriously, would you want to be treating somebody all nice and everything, talking to them nice and they're steady cussing you out, cussing you out, cussing you out? You wouldn't like that. You'd be like, hey, I've been nothing but nice to you. Why are you cussing me out? Why are you talking to me like this? You want that person to treat you exactly the way you treated them, with kindness, with respect. Like they always say, you give respect to get respect. You give respect. You know what? You kill that evilness with kindness. You just keep doing that because a person who's arguing can't argue by themselves for long. They look silly. They look crazy. So what you do is you keep your cool. You stay in your lane, and if it's bothering you that much when you're on YouTube and the things that people are saying, get off. Take a break. You don't have to get back on here to prove nothing to nobody. You don't have to prove that, I ain't finna let them tell me nothing. They're not gonna make me look like a chicken. They're not gonna make me look like I'm some kind of punk. No, get off. Get off. Go pay attention to reality. And especially if you're having a bad reality, especially if you're having a bad time offline, don't get on and add to it. That just makes a person feel like everything in their world is out of control. They can't control anything. And when a person feels like they've lost control, that's really where it starts to start bothering them. There actually is a video of him talking bad to a black woman after a car accident he had with her. And that's crazy. That's just crazy. Like how you gonna have a car accident with somebody and then get out and start talking crap to them? That don't make no sense. Are you serious? Dude, get your life for real. He really needs to get his life. That's crazy. It was your, mistake or whatever. Even if it wasn't, why would you get out and start talking crap to somebody? Like, seriously, exchange information, talk to the insurance company, and move on. Like, don't get out, start trying to cuss somebody out because you feel like they crash into you, or it's a lot of things people could avoid in life if they just keep their mouth shut. Keep your mouth shut. Learn to be slow to anger. That is what my fiance keeps telling me lately. Learn to be slow to anger. And we all need to listen to that. We all need to take that. God says that actually, to be slow to anger. And a lot of people need to live by that concept too. If I don't get angry out this, I'm not gonna feel any type of way when I'm done talking about this because I really don't care. I'm letting it brush over me. I'm letting it fall off my shoulders. I'm dusting it off. You know, that's what, a lot of people need to start doing, just letting it roll over your head, just go straight over your head. Don't hold on to that, don't let that tear you down. I feel so hurt that this young lady could not hear these words from somebody that she trusted, that somebody that she listened to, that she respected and really paid attention to what they said to her. Because someone needed to tell this lady this. Someone needed to let her hear this. But you know what? We can't do shoulda, coulda, wouldas. All we can do is fix it for the future. All we can do is stand up when we hear somebody talking crazy to another person. We can stand up for them. We can tell them, hey, you know what? You don't need to be talking to this person like this. Ain't right. You need to stop. You know, I don't think that what you're saying is not entertaining. What you're saying is hurtful. What you're saying will cause somebody to do something that, you may regret. It's crazy. I just don't understand. I don't understand. Um, anyways, y'all, I just wanted to get on. I'm sorry, I'm getting some messages on my phone. I want to get off and reply to them real quick because I don't want to leave y'all hanging. But I am so glad that you all joined me this evening, this afternoon, this night, because it is getting late. This is another sad situation. Unfortunately, she didn't get the help she needed. That's right, Diamond. And I feel really bad that she didn't get the help she needed because she really did need to hear that from someone. She really needed to hear that. And it's just awful. Even if she was a different um sex, a different if she was not different sex, but if she was a he, a different sex or a different what am I trying to say? A different skin color. If she was white, if she was Mexican, if she was Indian, whatever, I would still be saying the same thing because no one deserves that. No one deserves to be torn down so bad to where they feel like they want to take their own life. They don't. They don't deserve that. And I just don't understand how another person can live with themselves knowing that they're the cause to this person doing this. Like, really? Are you serious? Like, you don't feel no type of anything? It's sadistic, it's demonic. Like I said, it's it's just it's not of God, it's of Lucifer. It's you're serving a different master, you know what I'm saying? Because you're giving into the crowd and you're saying you're being a crowd pleaser and you're saying what people want to hear. And it just doesn't make any sense to me. But like I said, y'all, I want to thank y'all for joining me. I just wanted to get on here and say that real quick just to bring awareness to this and to let everyone know that if you know of anybody who's being bullied, anybody, stand up for them, get them the help they need. Tell them that it's not worth it to take it to the heart. It's not worth suicide. If you know anybody who may be, um, I want to put it in the room too, because you never know who's listening. If you know anybody who is thinking, considering suicide or anything like that, please give them the number to the suicide hotline because it's not worth it. You have people out there who really care about you. You really do. Um, Let me see. I'm trying to find the number, y'all. Okay. This is the National Suicide Prevention Hotline. Let me type it in the room. Anybody who may be going through it, anybody who catches this replay and you might be feeling some type of depressed or some type of way, I really feel like you need to talk to somebody, reach out to someone and talk to them. If anybody wants to contact me, I'm gonna also put my uh, email in the room too. So if you need anybody to talk to, you don't want to call, you don't want to text these people you don't feel comfortable texting the hotline, you can always reach out to me and I will always be there to talk to. Let me see. I'm going to put my email in there. Um, Let me get this is the hotline, y'all. Sorry. Trying to text and talk at the same time. Let's see. Eight, two. Okay. This is the number for anybody who knows anyone who might be going through it and need someone to reach out to. And this is my email in case, just in case you want to reach out to me. So, yeah, I just wanted to put that in there. So if you have a friend or you have a family member who needs some help, who needs someone to talk to, please don't hesitate to hit that line up or hit me up because I'm always there to be a listening ear or someone to talk to, because I know how it feels to be depressed. I know how it feels to kind of feel like nobody cares about you, nobody's listening, you know. I think everybody kind of goes to that point sometime in life. And if not, they know someone who has close to them. So, it's always good to have somebody that's reaching out that's throwing you a lifeline. Everybody needs a lifeline because all of us, aren't going to stay on the boat. Some of us is going to be knocked off that boat, and we're going to need somebody to throw us a lifeline. So I just wanted again to reach out to anybody who may be feeling depressed, anybody who may be even getting depressed over hearing about this, about this young lady, because this brings on depression too, hearing stuff like this on YouTube or Facebook or Twitter or whatever, Instagram, you know, it really does. And especially these times we're going through right now, where we are social distancing and we're in the house and we're cramped up and all we have to do is sit down with our thoughts. We have a lot of time to think about stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's always good to be able to talk to somebody else. So I just wanted to put that in there for everyone. Hey, Batman, thank you for coming to the Bat Cave or to the Chat Cave. Yeah, that's what you said, to the Chat Cave. Every time I see you, I think about Adam West and the Bat Cave for some reason. Just, I guess, the name. But I'm telling you, I'm gonna tell you again though. Uh, Superman is where it's at. Nah. When Catherine said that Batman have his senses, I was like, that's Spidey senses. That's Spider Man. No. Anyways, y'all, I just wanted to leave on a light note instead of leaving on depressed subjects, depression or whatever. Because, we all deserve to laugh and smile. And, it just, I don't know, really chaps my hide on how a lot of people react to certain things and they have no heart and they take this girl's news and they use it for clicking views and for money and for people to feel sorry for them. I didn't see not one time where this content creator put in the chat room the girl that took her life, her cash app or her information for her family, to donate for the funeral services or anything like that, memorial services for this young lady. It was just, oh, I'm gonna report on it so everybody can come listen to me talk about her like I really knew her when you didn't know anything about her and you didn't even care about her until she's gone. Just like Minnie, nobody was checking for her until after she, died. Then everybody's a Minnie fan. But I'm not saying that it's wrong to look up people and to want to know something about them after they're gone. It's just that don't fake the funk. Don't make people feel sorry for you when it's not about you. Don't make people, try to do clickbait and put her name in the title so people come over there and listen to what you have to say because you know it's going to get you a big bag of money from YouTube because you got a lot of people listening to you. It's just not right. That's why I just put this. I didn't put her name in the title. I just put the title I put because, yeah, I want people to come in and listen to what I have to say, but I'm not doing it for any kind of recognition for myself. I'm doing it for awareness for this young lady you know. And if you want to look her up, I typed her name in the chat when I first came in the chat. She has a YouTube page there that's ran by her family. Her family is thank you, Diamond. Her family is running her page now. This is very therapeutic stream, sweetheart. Thank you. I'm gonna share this. Oh, thank you, Aaron. So anybody who catches the replay, I would like to, you know, just tell you, it's not YouTube is not always what it's cracked up to be. So don't take it to heart because a lot of these people are not even who they say they are. A lot of these people are miserable and they're trying to make other people miserable around them. And it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. It's not. And if you know that people may be using other people's information to use it against them, you might not want to put too much of your information out here on these YouTube streets or any social media platform. You might want to keep it to yourself. Don't 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 let everybody inside your house virtually. Don't let everybody inside your business virtually. They don't need to know a lot of stuff. They don't need to know if you got kids. They don't need to know how many kids you got. They don't need to know if you're on welfare. They don't need to know how much money you make just because it sounds good and makes you look good. They don't need to know this stuff. It's your business. It's not their business. It does not matter. You're not here to gain people's trust or to make people trust you. You're not here for that. You're here to create content, to entertain people, to leave business, and leave pleasure at pleasure or leave personal at personal. Because you have to sit over here and draw the line between how much information you lay out for people to know about you and how much you keep to yourself. Keep your status of having children to yourself. Don't bring your children on these platforms. Don't bring them up. Don't let people know that you have children. Who cares? You know, basically, who cares? Why do you care if I have a child? What's that got to do with you? You know, why do you care how old I am? Why do you care what my birthday is, my sign is? Why do you care? We're not here to get to know each other like that on those levels, especially if you're married and you have children and all that, who cares? Who cares? It's not my business. It's not my business, not our business to know that about you. You know, when you come out here to mingle, you come out here to talk a little bit. Don't get into details with people. You don't need to do that. Like the stuff I share with people, I wouldn't care if the whole world knew it. But the stuff that I know that I might be ashamed of if people put out there, I'm not gonna put out there. But to me, on me personally, I'm an open book. So I don't have really anything that I would be ashamed. I don't live my life the way that I would have to be ashamed of anything if anyone found out that about me. So that's just me. But if you know that something that in your life that might get leaked out there and that you might be ashamed of everybody knowing, do not tell anyone. Don't tell anyone. And stuff that you see people are so petty to sit over here and drag your kids. Don't tell anybody about your kids. Don't let them even know that you have a child. When when they say the child should just be seen and not heard, the same thing goes with you how you do your child. Your child shouldn't be seen, your child shouldn't be heard, your child should be in the background, like not in the camera view, not some of these celebrities, they got kids and you don't even know they got kids. You never seen their kid. You don't even know, you know. I mean, they some of their information gets leaked. Okay, yeah, I can understand that, but who's a celebrity on here? We might be having some great content creators with a lot of followers, but who's up there in that status though? Is TMZ coming to go look over there in your yard and to see what kind of information they can go back? Is the paparazzi following you? No. So that kind of business is not for the ears of YouTubers. It's not for the ears of strangers. It's not. So keep it to yourself. That's what I gotta say. Keep your business to yourself. Don't let everybody in because everybody is not like you're gonna expect them to be. Nobody owes you loyalty. I'm sorry to put it this way. Nobody owes you honor. Nobody owes you respect. Nobody owes you this stuff, so they're not going to give it to you unless you demand it by carrying yourself a certain way and going about stuff a certain way, and the way that you carry yourself, the way that you explain yourself, the way that you show in your actions. You got to demand respect without demanding it. I don't know if I make any sense, but you have to like when you get on these YouTube streets, you have to show people the kind of person you are. Don't tell people the kind of person you are. Don't try to say your business so people can look at you in a certain light. Let your light shine instead without having to say a word. That way people don't even know. They're just guessing it, but what they're guessing is they see something good. So this is what they're gonna go with. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know how to explain it, break it down, but I hope that you guys understand what I'm saying because that's exactly how we're gonna have to be on here. Um, Let me see. Batman says, "Let's keep our personal business off the internet." That's right. All I came on to do was hang with my friends, support the channels, and make videos. That's right. That is so right. And that's what YouTube is for. That's what it was made for. It's not made for all this crazy stuff people are trying to do on here. Are they serious? For real? You know, but I really do feel bad for this young lady and I wish that, she could have heard, something like this from somebody. And I wish that, I really do wish that, this didn't happen, that this didn't happen to her. And, you know, that she thought more, I don't know. I don't know what situation she was in, so I don't really want to say too much to offend anyone or offend anybody who might come across this video because I know that everybody's gonna be trying to look it up with different keywords and stuff like that. So I might just change the video to words of encouragement, but I don't because I don't want to, go there, because I don't know too much about this young lady's information. I haven't. I'm gonna be honest and say I have never even heard of her until I saw this floating around YouTube, and I was thinking, I have got to say something. If nobody else is going to say something, because we need people to stand up and be bold and stop this, draw the line somewhere, stop this from happening. Don't laugh at someone else's expense. All I see is people in this beef sector they call on YouTube dragging and roasting and gagging each other and looking up each other's business and doxing each other and putting each other's business out there. You this person wouldn't be able to look you up if you didn't give them your full name. You told this person your full name and they went up on BeenVerified.com. They typed in your name and they got your background records, and you got a felony on you, or you got a warrant for your arrest, and there you go right there. That's all they need. That's all they need right there to use that as ammo against you, or leverage over your head, or blackmailing you, or whatever the case may be. This is all these people need. There's some people that you can't tell them nothing. They're just one track minded, and this is the way they think, and they're just set in their ways. And I'm sorry to say that, but some people are really set in their ways. They're not going to change. It's going to take God to change them, to show them, give them a reality check. Like we humans can only do so much, but at the end of the day, we're gonna have to pray for each other, one another, because God's the one who really is gonna make that change in their life, to turn them around, and make them sit down and think, hey, what am I doing? You know, what am I really doing? Well, how am I really coming off to people? God teaches me to honor my wife, my parents, and God Himself. That's right. And that's what we need to do. We really do. What is the YouTuber name? It is did you see, okay, scroll up a little bit, Batman, like about one, two, three, four, five, six messages up right above when you said let's keep our personal business off the internet. Scroll up and look above that. Diamond had typed her name in here. It says rest in peace, and it has her name. If you look her up on YouTube, you'll see this beautiful young lady that's no longer here with us anymore. Um, and it's really a sad story, but her family's there. They took over her YouTube page, and any information that you might want to know to be able to donate to this young lady's family, or just give them words of encouragement, or anything like that, you can do it, because they're there. They're reaching out to the internet, and they are raising awareness about this also. And I just wanted to raise awareness about it, to do my part. And it just really touched my heart when I saw this and heard about it. And I feel like, oh my goodness, really sad. I don't know too many details, so don't quote me on anything, because I don't know what details about what happened to her. But I do know that it was over YouTube bullying, and I do know that she is no longer here with us. She was a beautiful woman struggling with mental illness. Yeah, and people don't understand that there's a lot more people than her on these YouTube streets that are struggling with that. They're struggling with depression, they're struggling with PTSD, anxiety, panic attacks. You never know what a person is going through until something like this happens, and everybody's standing around like, "Oh, I didn't know. I mean, how was I to know that?" You don't need to know that. That's not your business. What you need to do is talk to people like you have some respect. Stop talking about people. Quit trying to make people feel bad about themselves. Stop bullying people. Bullies are the worst kind of cowards there is. They're cowards. They bully people to make their self feel satisfied in life. And if you got to put somebody else down to make yourself feel good, you really need a reality check. And it might be you with the mental illness, you know, because I just don't understand how a person can thrive off of something like that, or even live with themselves doing some stuff like that. Sorry, I almost slipped up and said a curse word, but it just gets to me. It really gets to me on how these people go about doing things. And I'm not saying that a lot of YouTubers are doing this. I'm saying that there's a good amount. There's a good amount on here that are doing that. And there's a good amount of people who's jumping on a bandwagon, egging these people on, laughing at them, sending them super chats, super stickers, money, cash apps. Oh my goodness, they did it. They did a good gag and roast today. Are you serious? Is that exciting you? That's making you feel some type of way because this person just put this person down, so you feel thrilled? Oh my goodness, I just don't understand. I see her channel. Yeah, she has her channel up. Her family is running it now. But yeah. So like I said before, I just wanted to come out here and just let y'all know, be aware of what's going on in these YouTube streets. And that's just something that's unfortunate. And that happened to this young lady. And, unfortunately, we can't stop everything from happening, but we can make awareness for it. We can discuss it, and we can be bold enough to stand out and say, hey, stop. This is not right. You don't do that. Anyways, y'all, thank you for joining me. I'm gonna go ahead and log off. I need to call someone. Um, and I'm so sorry that I couldn't stay longer and talk about this with y'all, but I need to take care of some business. I've been gone all day, so I got to catch up on some things. But I thank y'all so much for joining me. Aaron says there is a demonic channel culture on YouTube. Unfortunately, Sansere became its latest casualty. It's up to us to make this known to the masses. That's right, Aaron. We do. We need to make it known so that this won't happen to um, our family, anybody, else, that this won't be a unfortunate issue with someone that we know that's close to us, or even someone that we don't, just like her, you know, because I don't care if it's your family member, I don't care if it's your friend, your mom, your auntie, your uncle, your brother, your cousin, whatever. I don't care. It's not right. And it should be talked about, and it should be brought to the attention of most of these content creators, especially the big ones that have big followers. They need to get out and they need to do their part to raise awareness to stop the bullying on and offline. Stop it. It's not right. It's not fair. It's just not. It's really not. So, anyways, y'all take care too. Thank you, Batman. Thank you, Aaron. Thank you, Diamond. Thank you, Vernice. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Bunny. Thank y'all so much for coming through and speaking to me about this, because it really was bothering me, y'all. And I'm glad I got to get a lot of stuff out my chest over it. And the keto girl, thank you so much. Money, thank you. I don't want to miss anybody, but if I did, I'm so sorry. But I thank y'all so much for joining me and sticking around and hearing what I had to say about it. Yes, we do. We appreciate you all. Thank you so much. And I'm going to see you guys a little bit later, tomorrow, maybe. Later on at night, I'll come back on around maybe this time. I don't know. But good night, simply. I will. Oh, yeah. Thank you. I'm reading what you said. Good night, simply. Call. Okay, I'll call you. I will do that. And that's who I need to call. I need to call you right now, though. I need to call you right now. So be by your phone because I'm getting ready to call you. Um, anyways, y'all have a good night and God bless you. And remember that you are worth it, that you are worthy to be here in the land of the living, just like everybody else. You have your rights to think how you want to, but when it's hurting someone else, please do not express it. Keep it to yourself. And, just have a blessed night. And, say your prayers before you go to bed because we never know. Tomorrow's not promised. And I love you guys and take care and have a great night. Bye.